their non-acceptance to the Vedic ceremonies, the non-acceptance to Vedic gods and goddesses is amply proved by the fact that they often had gone for tree worship, or they had sacred groves, they had different kinds of rituals which were not common to the Vedic rituals. In fact, in the Vedic Sutra literature, we have the references to the Dasha Sanskaras, that is the 10 sacraments which a person had to go through right from the conception till the death. And this kind of Dasha Sanskaras are not practiced in the Ganasangha type of polity. The income that they generated were mainly from agriculture and also from trade. This is very important because when we look at the locations, they were all located in very important trade routes, and therefore particularly we find that in northwest India, the Ganasanghas of northwest India in the Punjab, around the 5 Punjab rivers, they were all very much a part of the larger trade route which included North India to West Asia. So we had this grand Uttarapatha which connected the Ganga plains, the foothills of the Himalayas and the northwest India with countries in West Asia. Therefore, this extra impetus of trade gave them enough revenue to sustain. Moreover, in agricultural field, since they were located in the low foothills of the Himalayas or in regions nearby to them, so they were more doing wet rice cultivation, which also gave an impetus to agricultural development. So therefore, revenue-wise, they were quite settled. But the problem is that the kind of resource generation which the Magadhan state could do or a monarchical state could do was not possible by the Ganarajya type of polity. So here, finally, when there was a struggle between the Magadhan polity or a type of monarchical polity and the Ganarajyas, their resources were less than this, and so they were actually drained out in such kind of protracted struggles, which finally took over their resilience and they succumbed to the monarchical type of polity. Another distinction between the monarchical form of government and the Ganarajyas is that the selection of the ruler. If we look at the monarchical form of government, what we find is that in the monarchical form, it is always ordained that the king is the choice of the gods. So you have this divine right of kingship, divine right theory of kingship, where the king has been selected by the god. Whereas in the Ganasangha type of polity, we have a text known as Digha Nikaya. It talks about the election of ruler, and this ruler is said to be elected as a Mahasammata, which means the great elect. So therefore, it was the common people, or we can say it was the decision of the clans which actually elected their rulers. So these kind of distinctions were very much prevalent in early Indian scenario. Now when we talk of the 16 Mahajanapadas, we find that there were actually 2 Janapadas which were very much following the non-monarchical structure. And we have references to others, for example, Kuru, Panchal and others, which were originally monarchical, but later on they became non-monarchical. So it is very intriguing that why a original monarchical form of government, why a Janapada following the original monarchical form of government converts into a non-monarchical form of government. Perhaps the more egalitarian approach of the non-monarchical form of government was responsible for this conversion.